The following show is for entertainment purposes only and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of Empire Media LLC, its subsidiaries, affiliates, sponsors, and advertisers.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Majors Live, episode 279 here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. I am Adam Hernandez. With me, as always, every single week, Dorf and...
I never take a week off.
Except for last week.
We all did.
You did first, though.
Yeah, I did. My fault. You were in Florida.
Not last week.
Oh wait, you were back by
I was
then.
back
Whatever.
2 weeks ago. And I will say it was a nice chance to get away from the cold. God, it's been damn cold here lately too. In Detroit, you know we're supposed to get freezing rain
So
tomorrow.
cold in the day.
We're
Yeah.
supposed to get freezing rain tomorrow.
Fuck. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's supposed to be freezing rain or snow. Either way, it's gonna suck ass though. And, you know, when we're doing our last show too, Motor City Uncut. If you're a Detroit fan, you can catch every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time over on Detroit.themajors.net. However,
Spit it out already.
how far away are we from pitchers and catchers?
Like 5.5, 6 weeks.
Yeah, there you go. Because next month, February,
It's like the February, like the second week in February.
something like that. Yeah. So, right around the corner.
that.
Anyways, welcome back, everybody. Like I said, first show of 2017. I got a question out there. We had Wild Card Weekend wrap up yesterday with what do we have yesterday? We had the Green Bay and the Giants getting annihilated, and Odell Beckham Jr. punching holes in walls. And then the early game was
Miami and
Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh railroading the Dolphins. I think I saw an article the other day that PETA was looking into 50-plus Dolphins getting slaughtered in Pittsburgh. But it has
Pittsburgh Aquarium on Twitter makes some joke. We didn't do it. We swear.
It hasn't been a good weekend for competitive football. I mean,
No, there's a God. Was there a close game?
no, because Lions and Seahawks were
One
not
was a
close.
blowout.
Who was the early game? Was it? Why can't I remember? Who was the early game?
Come on.
I can't
remember either. So.
I can't remember it being a good game though. From what I mean, if I can remember correctly,
How
but
the fuck am I forgetting?
yeah, why am I forgetting this? It was Oakland and Houston. Houston won 27 to 14.
Shit show.
But then again, who cares about Oakland?
The battle of the backups.
Yeah. So it hasn't been a very eventful wild card weekend. Hopefully, this next divisional round gives us something
report
better.
out of ESPN ratings are down 7% overall compared to last year.
Okay. Next weekend we have Seattle, Atlanta. Should be a good game. Houston, New England. I'm expecting a bloodbath at Foxborough. KC, Pittsburgh, and then Dallas and Green Bay, which should be a good game as well. But after wild card weekend, does anybody out there have any changes in what they see as their Super Bowl prediction? I know Green Bay has looked very good, and we'll get into that in just a little bit if anything has changed. But I want to start off with this show taking a look at we had another head coaching hire in college football this past weekend as well, when PJ Fleck, hot commodity out of Western Michigan, jumped ship to the Big Ten and Minnesota. He's going to be the next coach of the Minnesota Golden Gophers to replace, what was it, Tracy Claeys? Is that his name?
Correct.
Who became embattled in a sexual assault scandal. Not himself, but his players.
Yeah,
I think it was
10 of his players.
Yep, 10 of
he
his
suspended 10 of his players right before their bowl game, stemming from an
the
incident.
Holiday Bowl or something. I think it was the Holiday Bowl.
I don't know. Irrelevant.
I'm sorry. Continue.
Essentially because they were accused of all having sex with a girl at a party.
Yes.
Her state of inebriation and ability to consent were questioned.
Yes.
Not soon after that, there was essentially a players' strike that essentially said this is a witch hunt. We're not doing anything football related until those 10 are cleared.
And the players blinked first.
And yeah, players blinked first. Their strike lasted like 4 days.
Yes, and this didn't transition well with the rest of the athletic
Rest of
department.
the not necessarily the athletic department, but the institution, the school as
Sure.
a whole.
Yes,
Essentially.
and they decided they needed to move on from Tracy Claeys.
Even though he led them to their most successful season in like the last 20 years.
Yes, and I know Jerry Kill, who was the former coach.
He didn't go out on good terms either. Well, mostly because his health.
Yeah, it
and
was
they
the
were
health
supposed to
thing.
give him like some ceremonial position in the athletic department. He essentially told them to go fuck
Sounds like
themselves.
It sounds like he's telling them to go fuck themselves too after
again.
the Tracy Claeys thing. So,
Yeah.
which I don't.
You know, Tracy Claeys handling it with class and dignity, saying, "Well, have fun, you fuckers up here freezing this winter. I'm
Exactly.
out."
Yeah, exactly. And now, well, I mean, now that we've kind of prefaced that, Dorf, but we look at the situation that PJ Fleck is going into. It's not the best situation. It's
You
not-
know
I
what?
mean,
A tenuous relationship between the school and the athletic department, the academic community as a whole up there.
Sure.
That's not anything new.
No, it's not.
They've been kind of looking for an excuse or a reason to essentially defund athletics there for a long time.
And when we were discussing this earlier, we were talking about how Minnesota may perhaps be a quite the anomaly in college sports, especially in the Big Ten, whereas football and basketball aren't their top sports. I mean, you look at Minnesota. Is it hockey as their top
Ice
sport?
hockey, yeah, men's hockey.
Yeah, and to me that's pretty amazing considering they're a Big Ten school. And at any Big Ten school, it's either going to be football or basketball as their bread and butter.
Hey, baseball, that's for sure.
No, I mean, and again, it doesn't have to be football. It doesn't have to be basketball. It has to be one or the other. I mean, in some certain circumstances, you can have both. I mean, Michigan State has kind of worked themselves into that. Michigan has somewhat worked themselves. They did for a while.
Basketball's back to where it usually is.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at, and again, some of these other schools, whether it be like Indiana. Indiana, I think, has always been known as a basketball school. Penn State football school. Ohio State's been one of those,
Occasionally dual threats.
Yeah, occasional dual threats. Not quite sure
What a
what
football school.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Illinois is. Illinois, I guess basketball more so.
Well, now they're in nothing.
Yeah, now they're nothing. But Nebraska football. And again, you go down the line.
Rutgers neither.
Rutgers
Maryland,
neither. Basketball. Yeah. But PJ Fleck going from Western Michigan and in his one-loss season this past year, going and playing Wisconsin in the Cotton Bowl, and actually having a decent showing there. I mean, I think the whole
Kept it with them one score against Wisconsin.
Sure.
Team that should have steamrolled you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people thought that Western Michigan was going to get their asses kicked in the Cotton Bowl, and that's not what happened. PJ Fleck has proven himself to be a good head coach at the mid-major level. But I think you have to question on whether or not this Minnesota move is the best move for both sides, Dorf. Is this the best move for PJ Fleck?
It's right for PJ Fleck to move on and go on to bigger and better things.
Sure.
Totally wrong school to do it at.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. And
You should pick an institution that's excited to have athletics, and that University of Minnesota does not qualify as that.
But at the same time, too, Dorf, is PJ Fleck the best choice for Minnesota?
Oh, fucking, they're ecstatic to have him.
But you know what, though? I'm not so sure he's the best choice for Minnesota. And I'll tell you why.
If the athletic department wants to hold on to athletics, he's going to be the figurehead to make that happen.
But is PJ Fleck the type of guy that's going to drive business inherently?
Get him out of new business and like just merchandise and shit from the row the boat crap at Western that he drove.
But who do you think is going to draw more business? Is it going to be a guy who's more of a marketable guy inherently? Is it going to be PJ Fleck, or is it going to be a guy like Les Miles, who is their number 2?
I think more PJ Fleck. He's more hip with the kids, yo.
He is more hip with the kids, but you know what? I think selling it to the fans, I think it's got to be Les Miles.
Les Miles definitely has a bigger championship pedigree, but he's in less grace right now. PJ Fleck
Is that some type of bad pun that you just
No.
threw out right there? He's
What?
in less grace.
Oh, no. Sorry. No. He is currently held in lower esteem despite his better overall track record. Because he didn't go out on great terms. He got fired in the middle of the season, this past season. At
But
LSU.
should he? I mean, I don't know. I guess you have to ask yourself too. Should he have been fired in the middle?
Well,
of
it
the
doesn't
season?
matter. He was.
I know.
With that being said, I still will maintain that right move for Fleck, but wrong school. You know what? You should go somewhere where the school campus as a whole wants you.
Do you have any idea on where you think the perfect fit for Fleck was? Oregon. Taking that over, that's quite the big step, though.
It is a huge step.
You see, I still think that a team like Cal's a good one.
Cal just fired their coach yesterday.
I can see, you know what? I could be on board with Cal because it's not quite at Oregon level,
It's still Pac-12,
but it's still Pac-12.
mid-level Pac-12.
I can see Cal. I kind of like the Cal one. I do. I like the Cal one. I
trying
don't
to think what else were another good move. Texas would have been too big of a jump.
I don't think. Man.
Can't think of any other ones off the top of my head, but there you go.
No, but I like the Cal one. I think that one's a good one. I guess the thing that worries me though about Minnesota is is it a career destroyer if he doesn't work out in Minnesota?
You got to remember, he's really young. He's in
He
his
is
mid-30s.
He is.
I don't think you could ever. You're a Division I head coach and have been for several years in your mid-30s, already by your mid-30s. I don't think it'll ever ruin your career. It might just be a speed bump where it takes you 10 years to get back to the same level if you fuck it up here. Sure, but will it destroy him forever? No.
I mean, if he doesn't work out here, can you see him having to maybe go and work as
a school the size, like a MAC school, like the size of and scope of Western. He'll win again, and then he'll be back at the same mid-major Power 5 or mid-level Power 5.
That's why I like the Cal thing a little bit more, just because I think everything that happened in Minnesota this
The problem
past
is no one
season-
gives a flying fucking Cal about football.
Well, at the same
California as a whole.
At the same time, nobody gives a flying fuck about Minnesota
football.
And at least you're not going into the shit that Tracy Claeys had to deal with this past season. You're not dealing with that in Cal.
And let's put it this way: Clays was put in a no-win situation. You can abandon your players, and then you lose essentially the respect from your program, or you go say you take a public stance about no, my players are not. They did not sexually assault that woman, which is a no-win claim. You have no, and you can't say nothing. So you have no winning scenarios there.
What about Baylor?
Have they hired anybody yet?
I don't know.
Have they hired anybody yet?
I don't know. Didn't Art Briles go to...
Oh, yeah. They
Did
did
they?
hire somebody. It's Matt Rule. They hired him away from Temple.
Okay, well, that could have been a move for PJ Fleck.
Yeah.
That definitely could have been a move for PJ Fleck going to Baylor.
Well, and if you ever heard PJ Fleck talk and not just read his plus clippings, deeply religious man, religious school. There you go.
Okay. Anyways, though, let's go ahead and move on. Let's move on to our bitches and badasses this week. First one of the new year. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go and start off with what? You don't have one?
I do. I'm ready.
Oh, you do. You're ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't.
I'm ready.
I thought you said you didn't.
Oh, I'm usually not. I'm actually ready tonight. Look at that.
Okay.
I don't have Shawn here to be like, Shawn, take it first.
Okay, go ahead. Who's your badass this week?
My badass this week is going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's on an absolute tear. He hasn't thrown an interception or turned the ball over, period, in 7 weeks? Something like that. Just going ham again. He had a fumble problem earlier in the year, and that's all but gone away.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good. That's definitely a good call. My badass this week is going to be Antonio Brown. good first quarter against Miami the other day with a special mention to Le'Veon Bell. It should probably actually be on Le'Veon Bell.
It should be Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, you know what? I'll flip it around. I'll give it to Le'Veon Bell just for you too, because he's a Michigan State guy. Le'Veon Bell.
Thanks, buddy. You're so kind.
Set NFL records. Excellent game against Miami, obviously. So Le'Veon Bell, definitely my my badass this past weekend.
Love
And the bitch. Go
My
ahead.
bitch this week is Odell Beckham Jr. How he handled himself post game, punching a hole through a wall, having another public mental breakdown. Dude, grow the fuck up. You're not 5. Plus the whole, I get your off. It was your off day, but the optics of going and partying on a rapper's party barge on Monday before the game and then getting destroyed like that, optics aren't good.
Yeah, and then punching the hole in the wall. I think he told a Lambeau Field grounds crew member to fuck off too.
Whatever. What was omitted from that story is how Lambeau grounds crew member likely antagonized him into that.
Anyways, my bitch this past week is Grayson Allen having another issue with trip. Well, actually, this time he was doing that Ndamukong Suh ball kick thing, and I think it was a Draymond Green one too, where he tries to make it look like he's not kicking somebody, but he did. He's kicking somebody in the balls. And this comes after his 1-game suspension.
Which is a fucking joke.
Yeah, for tripping somebody. So, yeah, stand up. Way to make an example, Duke. Thought you're supposed to be one of these high-end institutions.
The prestigious institution of excellence.
Yeah, but Grayson Allen, again, Grayson Allen's a punk. He looks like a bitch-ass punk. Even in his face, he looks like a bitch-ass punk. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't. You know what? If he does make
He has a very punchable face.
Yeah, if he does make it to the NBA, oh my God, I can't wait to see some guy fucking just lay an elbow into him.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh my God, yes.
That'd be great.
I can't wait. Oh my God, can you imagine him?
Watch
going
as their
one
teammates.
Oh Jesus. Oh, you know what? I don't know if Grayson Allen's gonna make it the first season. I think D Boogie would end up, stuffing him in his locker. It's gonna be great. I hope that happens now.
You're gonna root for that to happen now.
Yes, I am. Anyways, this week, like I said, first show of the new year, first show of 2017. And right now, what I want to do is I want to go through, and I kind of took some of these.
By the way, I'm going to interrupt you. National Championship game is underway.
Awesome. And we'll try to keep people updated on that, if they're not watching it, which I'm sure they are, and probably not listening to us. But anyways, I won't be able to keep Dorf's eyes off of it.
Oh, shut up.
And-
You're
but
watching it in the reflection of a picture you have hung on the wall.
We're both going to be sitting here looking at the...
If the air goes dead, that's what's up.
But I took some bold predictions from different media outlets across the country, and I just want to do a little bit of a fact and fiction on it, on whether or not we think that something like this
It's possible or will happen.
Yeah, I'm not going to say something like that is going to happen because I don't think that's the point of a bold
possibility of
Yeah,
happening.
I don't think that's the point of a bold prediction. You're not saying it's going to happen. You're saying it has the possibility.
Then it's not bold.
Yes, you're having you're saying it's the possibility of it happening. And the first one comes from CBS Boston. In fact or fiction, David Price will win the AL Cy Young Award in 2017.
Horse honky, full of shit.
Fiction?
Yeah.
I'm totally with you too. And I'll tell you why.
It's a very slapdick take, CBS Boston.
It is, but you know what? Again, we're gonna see this here. I don't think David Price can do it in Boston.
Yeah, fly ball pitcher in a bandbox.
And that's
Good luck with that.
And that's all I have to say.
Oh yeah, there's 2 other bandboxes in division, so there's a couple more starts that effectively don't have. He doesn't ever pitch in a pitcher's park.
No.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck winning a Cy Young with that.
Now people are probably going to say, "Well, what about Rick Porcello? Rick Porcello isn't a fastball pitcher.
Yeah, he's a ground ball pitcher.
He's a ground ball pitcher, so that works in a place like
Works
Fenway
anywhere.
Park. Yes, it works anywhere.
Except in Coors Field.
True story. So I'm going to go fiction on that as well. I don't think David Price wins the AL Cy Young. In fact, I don't think David Price has a spectacular season this year. And that's not the only thing they had to it. They had David Price will win the AL Cy Young and win a first-round playoff game.
That's even bigger piece of fiction.
David Price winning our first.
David Price, playoffs. Playoffs? Playoffs?
Yeah, true.
Talking about playoffs?
All right, here we go with number 2. And this is interesting. Dorf, I had this written down before you made your bold prediction, which I asked you to do before we went on the air tonight. But I had this down prior to that. Like I said, I left my notes at work earlier. According to the Chicago Tribune,
What do you mean you don't do this full time?
the Chicago Cubs not only will struggle out of the gate in 2017,
Won't make the playoffs.
but no, they'll make the playoffs, but they'll fall short of repeating as World Series champions. Fact or fiction?
Fact. I don't know about the struggle of the game, but no one they won't repeat. Now, do they go on a San Francisco Giants-esque run where they win 3 in 6 years? Probably. But repeat, that is so hard to do in sports because you're getting everybody knows you're the defending champ. You're going to get everybody's best effort, despite being the dog days of the baseball season. I don't think they'll repeat.
Not only that, I mean, just the sheer odds of overcoming certain aspects of. I guess there's a lot that can go wrong throughout the season, whether it's injuries, whether it's hitting a low point towards the end of the season and into the playoffs. I mean, so much can happen to contribute to a team's downfall throughout the year that it seems something like that is more likely to happen than a team completely overcoming all of that and then going on to not just win one World Series, but consecutive World Championships.
There's just too many things that have to go right that I think they used up all their luck last year.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with fact. But I agree with you, though. I think that this team, what Theo Epstein has assembled, them into, is definitely a team that can go
It's not
and
like
win.
they can't, but I just don't think there's too many things that need to go right.
Sure. This one comes via a website called twcc.com.
No idea what that is.
The Oakland Raiders will stay in Oakland in 2017. They will not jump ship to Las Vegas. Fact or fiction?
Move would have need to have been made already if it was going to happen. So, fact.
Has it? Is that the case?
I believe so. They would need to have. Now, do they announce the move for the 2018 season during 2017? Is that what this is saying? Or that they'll pay the 2017 season in L.A.?
No, it was a sheer Las Vegas thing. No LA.
Or that's what I meant. Sorry, Vegas.
Yes.
No, I think they would have had to have announced that already.
I think Oakland's going to end up staying in Oakland as well.
Or they filed the paperwork and the NFL sitting on the press release waiting to press send until after there's nothing else to talk about to keep themselves relevant.
Either way, I'm going to go with fact.
Really?
On that one.
I'm going to go fiction.
So you're thinking they're going to move to Las Vegas?
No. I think they're sticking around.
Okay.
I think they're staying in Oakland.
Okay, so fact on both ends. Next one. Dustin Johnson wins the Masters, and this comes via Goliath.
No.
He got that first major out of the way.
Yeah, he's used up his one good one. We have this classic argument all the time. Is so and so Hall of Fame worthy? Is Dustin Johnson an elite golfer? No, he belongs in the Hall of Very Good.
I don't know. I think Dustin Johnson can.
I think he's going to win the Masters.
I'm going to go ahead and say fact.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going to say fact. I think
You just want an excuse to stare at his wife more.
No, I like Dustin Johnson. I do.
I'm fucking.
I know.
Like
and
Justin
look,
Johnson.
I get to stare at his wife more. Yeah, definitely. But I like Dustin
More
Johnson.
creepy CBS camera footage of them.
Oh yeah, that
conventional
one
kiss.
where that cameraman was like right up her ass when she's going up the stairs. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Not that I'm complaining or anything, but look, I think Dustin Johnson is a good golfer, and I think that he definitely can go and win the Masters. I think
It's going to be one of those that you're going to be able to know very early in the year. Is Dustin Johnson actually putting, or is he just the guy who's spectacular until he hits the green and then he's stupid average?
like, there's guys that I like Dustin Johnson. I like Jason Day. I think both of those guys. I think those are probably my two guys right now in the tour, and I think either one of them can go and win the Masters. I think the problem with Dustin Johnson though was getting over that hump and getting that first one out of the way.
Now it's an avalanche.
And I don't want to say it's going to be an avalanche. I don't think he's going to go and pull off like an old Tiger streak here, or even a Jordan Spieth type of streak. But
Don't count Spieth out either.
no, I'm not. I think Spieth is right up there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and wins the Masters. I think Dustin Johnson. I think he can win the Masters. I'm going to say that one's a fact. So,
There you go.
here's the one that I already know where you're going to go on this one. Tony Romo will start a game for the Cowboys in 2017.
He should.
This doesn't include the playoffs.
He should, but he won't.
So are you on fact or fiction?
I'm gonna go fiction. He will not start a game in 2017 for the Cowboys.
Okay, how about this one? Tony Romo will be a member of the Cowboys in 2017.
He'll be traded, released, or retire. There's no way he sits on the bench another year.
And this comes via Bleacher Report. So you're going fiction. I'm going fiction as well. I can't see Tony Romo sticking around.
Trade,
in
release, or
Dallas.
retire. There's no way.
I don't think he's gonna
no other way he's gonna ride the pine pony for. Tony Romo rides the pine pony for no man.
I don't think he's going to retire. I just think there's too many different opportunities
Bingo.
around the league for
And
him
there's
to
too
retire.
many, and even despite Jerry Jones being a buffoon of a GM, he's not that dumb to not realize. Oh, I could probably get a third round or second round pick for him.
You know what though? I'm there.
Hell, some team desperate enough, I might be able to get a first.
I'm right there with you though. In Dak Prescott not being
Oh
being
no, he is not the second coming of Christ. He's going to
No.
be very average.
I think that look, and teams have already shown it. I wouldn't be surprised if Green Bay just destroys
Oh God,
Dallas this weekend.
bold prediction: Dallas in a blowout, or Green Bay in a blowout.
Yeah, could very well happen.
Green Bay will blow them out.
Um,
Jordy Nelson-less or not, they will still blow them out.
How about this one? Kobe will come out of retirement to play for the Knicks. This comes via The Guardian.
They're English. What do they know? Fucking fiction. No. Kobe's done.
I'm going to go with fiction as well. Even though I think Kobe can come out of retirement and still be pretty good in the NBA.
No, he's not going to Jordan himself. No.
But I think we would already start to see the
Kobe Bryant on Instagram videos of him shooting jumpers
Yes.
or getting worked out by a trainer.
yes. I do think if he does
Or
come back,
somebody sign him for the stretch run here.
yes, if he does come back though, I wouldn't be surprised if it was with the Knicks. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, and if Phil Jackson wasn't an idiot of a general manager, he'd tell him to get lost.
Well, Phil Jackson has turned out to be quite an idiot of a general manager. Wow. It's true, though. I mean, Phil Jackson has been absolute horseshit as a team executive. Huh.
Proves that once you don't have 2 or 3 Hall of Famers on your team, you're pretty not very good.
That's true. Imagine what Phil Jackson would have been like head coaching the Clippers if that was the case. If that was the LA team he
You
fell
wouldn't know his
into
name anymore.
when the Clippers sucked.
You wouldn't know his name, and his marriage would probably still be. He was only engaged. He wasn't actually married yet. But his relationship with one Miss Jeannie Buss would still be intact.
All right. And do you have a bold prediction? Because I have one.
Bold prediction. Alabama will not make the playoffs in the 2017-18 season.
Ooh. Any explanation for that?
They're going to be losing too much talent in the sophomore slump of their quarterback. They're going to ask him to start doing more, being Jalen Hurts. And I think this is that now that he starts getting asked to do more, that's when he'll kind of take a step back. Nice run right there, though, for him.
I know, as you're sitting there
As I'm saying
explaining.
that, he's like ripping off a 20-yard run.
Anyways, okay. My bold prediction is Ronda Rousey will find herself in the WWE at some point
She's
this
just going
season.
to become a WWE diva. Is that the correct term for that? I don't know. I don't watch
They're kind of
WWE.
moving away from the term diva, but yes, she's going to end up being in the WWE.
/actress.
Yes.
Action
And-
movie starlet.
And I'm saying that just because obviously I think she's done in MMA after her latest
Heart's
loss to
not in
Amanda.
it.
Yeah, after her latest loss to
Hey,
Amanda Nunes.
I would go get my face kicked in for $3 million.
But yeah, you know what? but the thing with Ronda Rousey is I don't like the people going on and saying that she wasn't anything in MMA. I think Ronda Rousey was one of the best things that ever happened to MMA. and you really kill two birds with one stone with somebody like Ronda Rousey, because not only do you get recognition for the sport, but you get recognition for the women's division as well. Something that always seems a lot harder unless we're talking women's tennis.
Sorry, I'm a purist. Calling WWE a sport is a little generous. I know you're a fan.
Well, I wasn't talking about WWE.
Sorry.
I was talking about MMA.
My bad.
Do you think MMA is a sport?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. But
It's not scripted.
yeah, but the and again
It's an unscripted athletic competition. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
the problem though with Ronda Rousey is she's been exposed. She's been exposed as a fighter that if you keep on her feet, she's going to end up suffering the consequences from it. And fighters have learned to counter.
Just box her. She can't box.
Boxer. Yeah, Holly Holm, obviously a kickboxer by nature, beat Ronda Rousey.
Kept her on her feet.
Yep, and then Amanda Nunes, same thing. Ended up knocking her out within 48 seconds. If you keep her off of her ground game, your chances are very, very good against Ronda Rousey, and that's exactly what happened these last two fights. And I agree with you too, Dorf. Maybe she's probably not in it anymore. Her heart's probably not in it anymore, because she said that, despite what would have happened against Amanda Nunes, and she said it prior to the fight that it's probably going to be one of her last fights.
One of her last fights.
And when you start talking like that,
Touchdown, Alabama.
there we go. Then yeah, you can start seeing the end either way, whether she wins or whether she loses.
She's 30.
She's in her early 30s.
2?
Yeah, she's in her early 30s. So it's probably time to get out of the sport, because she has a lot going for her. Whether it's making a career for herself in the WWE, which can happen. She's a huge name. I think it transitions well to the WWE, much like what Brock Lesnar does in the WWE right now.
She's only 29.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar is a huge draw in WWE, and it works. And
she's had a couple nice successes as an actress too.
Absolutely. So I think getting out of the sport right now is a good move for her.
It's the right time.
Yes.
Don't get your face kicked in one more time.
Don't get your face kicked in anymore. Don't go and try and fight Chris Cyborg or anything like that, because you're probably going to lose.
Somebody else who's just going to stand there and box the piss out of you.
Yeah, because you know what? MMA is all Chris Cyborg has going for her, and you don't want to get caught up in that bullshit. So, Ronda Rousey, like I said,
did she just fail a drug test?
She's failed, I think, like multiple drug tests, and that was one of the reasons why Ronda Rousey didn't want to fight her, is because she thought that she was going to cheat and, be doping the entire time. But so did Brock Lesnar.
She done.
Anyways, moving along to our stupid shit of the week. This week, and again, I'm not getting on the article here. This comes from Puck Daddy at Yahoo Sports. Adidas is going to be taking over the jerseys next season, 2017-2018. They'll be taking over for Reebok, which it seems like it was not too long ago. Reebok took over the jerseys from, I think it was like Coho or CCM, one of the two.
Yeah, CCM.
I think it was Coho. Anyways, Adidas is going to be doing away, though, with the third jersey in the NHL. There won't be any more third jerseys
bullshit.
anymore. I think it is. I think this is the stupid shit of the week, because what do third jerseys help you do, Dorf?
Sell merchandise.
Sell merchandise.
What does selling merchandise do for you? Makes your sport more popular.
Exactly.
And more profitable.
How does the NHL sign off on something like this?
Because Adidas wrote them a nice fat check. The league, not the teams.
How does Adidas sign off on something like this?
Because they're only interested in themselves. Because they want to force people. They're going to do jersey redesigns for everybody, and they're force people to buy all their new jerseys.
Bad move in the long term for the NHL.
Absolutely.
You know what I hope they don't do? You know what I love the Adidas stripes, like on soccer jerseys. I hope they don't make them. I hope they don't make them put them on the hockey jerseys.
Isn't that what they've rumored?
It is a rumor that I heard about. Yes, that they're going to be putting these on the.
Coho did have the. By the way, did have the jerseys. I just looked that up
before Reebok did.
Yeah,
Cohos were nice too. I wasn't thrilled about them.
I had a street hockey trapper from Coho.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a jersey from Coho when they had the contract. I wasn't too thrilled about the Reebok deal, though, just because I'm not a Reebok fan. And also, I think the cuts were kind of weird, too. I think it did some weird things to some of the jerseys, but at least they had third jerseys.
Just come to the light and just let Nike make your stuff, and then it'll be all be
It used to be
great.
Nike
Needs to be
way
Nike.
back when.
It needs to be Nike again. Make hockey jerseys great again.
I can get back on board with Nike. I'm fine with that. And look,
Nike or Under Armour.
I've been a fan. I've been a fan of Adidas for a long time. But it's the things that they do with this stuff. It seems like it's too old-fashioned. Again, the NHL, it's going to hurt themselves.
Koho is Finnish, by the way.
What'd you say?
Koho is a Finnish company.
Is it?
Yeah.
Aren't they owned by somebody else too? Aren't they owned by a bigger company?
No.
I thought they were. Whatever. Last but not least,
The hockey company, yeah, they've been purchased by somebody. They're owned by
because CCM, I know CCM is owned
the
by somebody.
hockey company.
Who's CCM owned by? Isn't it Reebok?
I believe so.
And Reebok's owned by.
Because Bauer got bought by Nike.
Who's Reebok owned by?
Adidas.
Oh, they are. Oh, so that's why it happened then. Are they really getting rid of Reebok, or is Adidas just being like, "Oh, we're
taking this shit."
yeah, we're putting our name on
That's
it
what
now."
it is. Yeah, Reebok actually owns Adidas.
Okay.
Or other way around. Adidas owns Reebok.
Okay. Final question of the night. Did Wildcard Weekend change your Super Bowl outlook, Dorf?
We never did public predictions, did we?
No, we didn't. But I think going into it, Green Bay wasn't my choice. I think
They certainly are now.
they're certainly my choice now.
Um,
I mean, is this the year? Is this the year? Get this scenario, Dorf.
Tom Brady wins again.
Okay, but get this scenario though. Green Bay, New England, Aaron Rodgers finally becomes the guy,
King Supreme.
the guy in the NFL. He becomes the man in the NFL.
He wasn't already. Yeah.
He assumes that throne from Tom Brady. I mean, is it time?
I think it's going to take Tom Brady running off into the sunset for that to happen.
You think so?
Yeah. Only because Aaron Rodgers plays in a small market
Yeah, he does.
in the middle of the country.
But it's Green Bay, though. I mean, it's not like we're talking Jacksonville.
The
small
wholesale,
market.
nobody cares.
About Green Bay?
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with
They
that.
have a rabid fan base, but it's like a rabid chihuahua. It's small. It is very feisty, but it's small.
Yeah, it is, but damn, it's Green Bay. This is a historical team here.
Oh,
I don't know. I think I disagree with you, sir.
You are wrong, sir.
I think I disagree with you. I think Green Bay is that special circumstance.
Oh, there you go.
Huh. So so you still going with New England then?
Yeah.
Was New England your team going in? Looking back on it,
Um.
I think they were mine.
Yeah. I don't think it's changed.
I think I'm gonna go to Green Bay now, though. Green Bay just looks too damn
Such a
good.
fair weather fan, you.
They are, and I don't know. I guess I'm.
Those people on Facebook are right.
I am a fair weather fan, aren't I? Oh well.
YOLO.
I'm not a lemming though.
No one ever accused you of that.
But anyways, though, that's going to do it this week for the Majors Live, episode 279 here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. We'll be back again next week, same time, same place, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. So for Dorf, Shawn, probably somewhere between Plymouth and Cleveland, I am Adam. Have a good night, everybody.